Alright, fine, let's talk about the Lakers. Am I the only one that is not surprised with what the Lakers have been doing this season? I mean, they just came off making the Western Conference Finals in what seemed like a Cinderella run to a lot of people. Even though if you actually watched the entire playoffs last year, you could tell that there were a lot of flaws with what was going on. I mean, there's a reason why they got swept in the Western Conference Finals. Oh, but Spex, it was the most competitive sweep ever. Shut the fuck up, you got swept regardless. I do not care. Do not gaslight me. Do not try to convince me that a sweep is not bad. A sweep is bad. But coming into the season, the Lakers had high expectations. They made a lot of moves during the offseason and they were supposed to be good. However, flash forward to today and currently they are fighting to stay 500. Oh wait, scratch that. The Lakers just lost to the below average Hawks, which no disrespect, Mojo, you're my guy, but the Hawks are kind of trash, you fucking crane eater. So you might be saying, Spex, why are you even giving this team attention? Just because of the Lakers, we shouldn't be talking about them. And to that, I completely agree. I'm annoyed with certain shows talking about them every single day, despite them being a mid team in basketball, honestly below average in my opinion. But the reason I'm talking about this is because big changes are about to happen in LA, and I think it's going to be very interesting to see what goes on. And I'm not just talking about another LeGM session where he trades like half the roster. No, I think other changes are going to happen. Remember, I said this team coming into the season was supposed to contend for a title, but so far they haven't done that. What a lot of people thought was after the Lakers won the NBA's inaugural in-season tournament, people thought, oh, here we go, this is the run they need. And I'm not gonna lie to you, in Vegas when they played, they looked like a really good team, but all of a sudden they got back home and there was like this weird switch that they just stopped being a good team. I think they were on a losing streak for a while. I couldn't remember exactly how many games it was, but there was a point in time where they couldn't win when they got back from Vegas. And a lot of people were asking like, oh, how are you going to relive that magic? Truth be told, you honestly don't, because it was such a small sample size. You can't really judge a team on like 2 to 3 games. I don't know if LeBron is just the biggest hustler in the NBA where he wants to make the most money possible, even if it means winning a stupid ass tournament. But hey, it was entertaining basketball, so I'm not hating. But a lot of people assumed that the Lakers were going to be good after that, and surely enough, nothing really happened. If anything, they got worse from that experience. And I don't think them winning the in-season tournament was a bad thing for them. I don't think that, it stopped them from winning games or anything like that. I do think it added pressure, but it's the Lakers. They're gonna have pressure regardless. They could be a 15-win team next season. They're gonna have pressure constantly because they have LeBron, which that might not even be a thing anymore. If you guys didn't know, there is a possibility that LeBron leaves to go play with his son Bronny within the next couple of years. So do you guys remember when LeBron signed that weird extension? It was like for 2 years and the last year was a player option and people thought, oh, it was just a random contract. No, that shit was on purpose. And in fact, I called this probably 5-7 years ago because I knew Bronny was going to be a player in the NBA one day. But from the moment that Bronny was getting hyped up as a prospect, I knew that eventually LeBron was going to leave his team to join Bronny. And honestly, the numbers started to line up, and now we're at a point in time where next season, if Bronny decides to join the NBA, he enters the draft, and whoever drafts him, LeBron could be leaving to join that team. And this isn't just a theory or a conspiracy or whatever. No, LeBron has said this publicly that he wants to play with his son, and his final year in the NBA will be with his son. Like, I don't know if that means he's gonna stay on the team he's on, and then his final season, his like farewell tour, he just joins whoever Bronny's playing. I'm not sure of what he's gonna do. But what I do know is that if Bronny is going to declare for the draft this year, this is going to change a lot for the Lakers because the numbers line up. LeBron doesn't have to play for the Lakers next year. He has a player option. And I'm just going to use a random team, so don't look too much into this, but let's say Bronny gets drafted by the Pistons. You got to sit and think, how much is this going to change the draft knowing you're getting 2 players for the price of 1? It's a 2-for-1. Now I know this isn't the same LeBron from 5-7 years ago, but it's still LeBron James. You're still going to be an instant playoff team right on that mark. Also, you are getting a young prospect with potential to be a great player in the future. But the only thing that's kind of stopping me from thinking that this is going to happen next year is because Bronny right now, I don't know if he's NBA ready. Maybe because of nepotism, he'll be a first-round pick, but I'm not so sure right now he's ready just yet. But if he does end up having a good year and LeBron decides to leave, well, the Lakers are kind of fucked because Anthony Davis is a great player, but I'm not sure how long he's going to be able to go on as a #1 option on this team. And also, you got to think, there's no real appeal to play for the Lakers when LeBron leaves. Because mind you, if LeBron decides to destroy this entire roster, it's just gonna be Anthony Davis and the JV squad. Like, I'm not confident in this team, I promise you that. But I think LeBron also knows this. And I don't usually bring up tweets on this channel because I just think, it's kind of stupid to look into someone's tweets. But I don't know, LeBron posted this hourglass on his Twitter yesterday. I don't know if the tweet is still up, but It was very suspicious. I'm pretty sure it was right after they lost the game as well. I don't know if this means that LeBron is about to leave next year or if this means something for Darvin Ham, because I'm just saying, when Giannis wanted Adrian Griffin gone, they got fucking Cock Rivers. But now, I don't know if Darvin Ham is going to be on the team anymore. I'm not going to lie to you. And look, I'm not saying it's Darvin Ham's fault that LeBron created this weird ass team and just said, all right, I'm LeBron, we have AD, let's go win with these bums. I'm not saying that. But I'm sorry, if you've watched the games, and I even said the same thing about Monty Williams when he got fired, but if you watch the games, you'll see that he doesn't make well adjustments. He doesn't call timeouts when the other team goes on a run. Also, for fuck's sake, Darvin, take your hands out your pockets. It's not that hard to do. Okay, but all troll shit aside, I don't like Darvin Ham as a coach for this team, and I don't know where they go from here because I don't know what kind of coach you want to get, but anyone but Darvin Ham at this point. Fuck it, coach. Let's make LeBron the coach of this team. I'm sure he can do a better job than Ham has done. Now, as bad as the Lakers have been this year, the good news is that the trade deadline is in 9 days. There have been some rumors about players that the Lakers are interested, and one of them is former All-Star DeJounte Murray. Now, I know what you guys are saying. Oh, this would be a great move, but I completely disagree. Number one, you don't need another guard, especially one that is not a good defensive player. The Lakers have been trash on defense, and DeJounte is not going to help that. If this was San Antonio DeJounte, I'd say this is a perfect player. This is someone you need, but the way he's been on Atlanta, I don't like the way he's been. Now, in defense of DeJounte, it's been a very toxic, behind the scenes, a lot of things have been going on lately, so I'm just hoping that it's just him not trying, and then if he gets the Lakers, he's gonna try. But let's just say that DeJounte was a good player to get. Sure, that sounds cool in theory, but I feel like the Lakers need better role players. There's lots of names out there. The most popular name I can think of is Alex Caruso. I mean, he already was a Laker at some point in time, so I think he'd be a fun guy to have. So where do the Lakers go from here? What move exactly do they need to make to become a playoff team so they can have another Cinderella run to the Western Conference Finals, maybe even the finals this year, because the West is very wide open? Well, I'm not entirely sure. I think step one is obviously firing Darvin Ham, but number two, we're probably going to see another GM session where a lot of players get traded. I know D'Angelo Russell is probably going to end up getting traded soon, but I think it's kind of funny what's going on because D'Lo has been playing out of his mind lately, and I'm pretty sure this is a Linsanity run just to get his trade value up because I love D'Angelo Russell like that. That's my guy, but respectfully, I don't know what team he goes to. Let's say it's the fucking Hawks, right? Him for DeJounte. If they flip him, I promise you in Atlanta, he's not going to be any good. Not the way he's playing right now. I also don't think it's a good idea to completely destroy the roster and try to fix it mid-season. We saw that shit, I think, in 2018. It did absolutely nothing. So in conclusion, I think the Lakers just kind of accept the fact that at the end of this year, you are at risk of losing LeBron. And if you're going to make any big moves, you do just get someone in free agency. Now, who that is, not sure. Of course, there is some reason to play for the Lakers if you're a star player, because you got to remember, the Lakers, they're the prime jewel of the NBA. For example, in the NFL, you have the Dallas Cowboys. In baseball, you have the New York Yankees. In basketball, it's the Lakers. I mean, these are teams that have a show or a documentary movies dedicated to them. I mean, the Lakers, they had Winning Time. The Yankees, they had Pride of the Yankees. The Dallas Cowboys had Debbie Does Dallas. Like, there's so many movies that are made about these teams. These are the teams you want to play for. So at the end of the day, I feel like the Lakers after the season, while they may not have Bron or even AD, they're gonna eventually get back to normal. I'm just not sure how they do this season. Like, as far as this season, they're fucking cooked. I don't know if you already knew that, but I'm sorry if you wasted 8 minutes of your day to fucking figure out that the Lakers cannot save their season. And trust me, I'm not gonna clickbait the video and be like, oh, how the Lakers can save their season. No, they're cooked. Guys, if you're a Lakers fan, I'm sorry, but we're smoking on that Lakers pack, except I don't smoke, so I mean, as a diehard Phoenix Suns fan, I am loving it here, and I'm glad the Lakers are failing. But yeah, if you're a Lakers fan, womp, womp, womp. Man, suck my Yankees had the Pride of the Yankees. The Cowboys had Debbie's. Oh my God, I can't finish this line, bro.